Great. Thank you again for for taking time out of your evening. Just wanted to touch base. Is like I was saying, before, just a moment ago before I hit that record button. Um,
Yep.
you are you are really becoming known in the creator space for uh, being in the charity space, for being a huge proponent for charity live streams and charity events.
Mhm.
What is that? What is that driving? What drives you to be a charity fundraiser?
What drives me, well, I guess I have to go back to when I was younger. My mom always taught me to give back and that it's good for the heart and always help others that are in need because, in our life we've been homeless and it kind of gives me the drive to I don't want to cry, but it gives me
We
the
just
drive.
started, Ashley. You can't cry
I
at the start.
know. It gives me the drive to just help others because I've been in a situation like that if you need help. I support many fundraisers. St. Jude. We just supported Gamers Outreach. That was phenomenal. We just did a Thousand Dreams Fund directly supporting women. I always do to Right Love in Our Arms to support people that need help with their mental health. I love helping people. That's why I work full time in the healthcare industry too.
Oh,
So the
cool.
drive mainly is just making sure everyone's okay. And if they need help, if I can do something, I want to do it. And if I can do something to just impact someone's life in a positive way so they're okay, that's what I want to do. That's why I stream. I impact people's lives with my horrible gameplay sometimes and sometimes pro gameplay. And if I could just make someone smile or get them away from their troubles for just a couple minutes, I want to do that. So, but fundraising specifically, I think it really does drastically change people's lives, especially Black Girls Code. That is promoting Black girls to be in computer engineering, and we need more Black women in that space. So that is drastically changing their life. That is creating their path. There's so many causes out there that I just want to support, and I love it. It just gets
I,
me going. I'm like, we're doing this charity this time. We're doing this one. This one.
no, that's awesome. No, and
Yeah.
that's a fantastic journey. And so what got you started with just live streaming? What was the hook that got you into wanting to, like, build relationships through
Hmm.
a screen? Because that's not an easy thing to do. But
It,
I mean, I could
believe
say, like, watching your streams, and you do have this kind of this infectious personality. It's that makes sense. But what drove you to just want to start, this you put yourself out there? So there's also that.
Yeah.
What really motivated you to become a content creator?
Playing games with my friends and wanting to create more friendships. I did not like recorded content. I'm not a big fan of that. So I ventured out when I was 15. I'm like, what else can I do? I said, oh, Twitch is a thing. That's when I created my first account and I streamed maybe 3 times on my Xbox console with my Connect. I was like, oh, yeah, I want to do this when I get out of high school. So I got out of high school, 18 years old. And I'm like, okay, I need to buy a computer so I could be pro. Bought a computer, started streaming the next day after that, January 23rd, 2016. I will always remember that day. It was fantastic. I felt so alive with live content and responding to people right away. I really thrive off of others' energy as well. So it was just really fun. I wasn't a big fan of YouTube recorded content. So I said, okay, I'm just talking to a wall. I don't like that. I'm very animated. So I wanted to do that live content. And I've been streaming ever since. I'm taking it more seriously this year. There's been a lot of opportunities that have opened up. So I'm just going to keep moving forward and having fun. I love it. I love
No,
it. And
that's
I will
great.
never stop loving it.
No, I think one of the things you touched upon, or one of the things that I'd like to connect with people who are using Tiltify, or even some of our charity partners, who they come to the platform expecting it to be like only gaming, right? But
Mm.
I think that we have that challenge of, like, navigating them beyond that concept of gaming.
Yep.
And think about, you talk about, you just mentioned connecting and building relationships. And I kind of mentioned that a little bit before too. How does that kind of interaction during a fundraising stream, how does that affect your fundraising? And are there any tools that you've used, whether it's ones you've created or the ones that are on Tiltify, to really enhance that that conversation?
So with connecting with others and my community, it really affects my charity streams in a positive way, and it always will. I make it a big deal, even if you can't donate, just be here to hype up chat, um, encourage people to donate, or, educate our new viewers on why we're fundraising and what we're fundraising for. I think that is the most positive thing you can do for your fundraiser. It doesn't really matter about the dollar amount to me. It never does. Um, I think whatever we raise, they didn't have it yesterday. So if we only raised $10, they did not have that $10 yesterday because of us. So I really create the environment to be just positive and don't focus on the numbers, but bring more awareness, because even if we don't fundraise our goal, someone else will be encouraged to fundraise their goal for that organization. So I really, really, really love fundraising because our community gets really hype and it's just full of love. And that's all I aim to do. Is just have a good time, helping others when I can. So relationships really, really help because people trust you and they listen to you about when you're talking about the organization and how passionate you are about the fundraising stream. And it just goes in a circle every time. It's just, I love fundraising streams. It's just fun and it keeps me going when people are there. It really just keeps motivating me to keep going, keep going. I always try to have like an end date for my fundraiser and I always go after it, and I'm like, I want to keep going, I want to keep going.
Yeah, no,
It's something really special about those streams that it really keeps me streaming, honestly. Charity fundraisers keep me streaming because I have a purpose with my time on Twitch. So
no,
I like
that's great. It kind of brings me, you kind of segued into the
that.
next question, is like, what is, so you've done about a handful or so, you did about like a half dozen or so fundraisers in 2020, or am I getting that number wrong?
Yep.
Yeah. What's the
2019 and 2020 were my main
years?
years.
What's the, I mean, who's next on the list? Who's
Black
going
Girls
to be the
Code.
recipient of your love and your community?
Yeah, my next fundraiser is going to be for Black Girls Code for Black History Month. So I'm planning a Among Us event to play with other Black women streamers, non-binary as well, to just help bring more awareness to the fundraiser and raise as much money as we can. And that night, I think will be really fun. So you can, because I'll be playing with other creators that create custom content for games and different things. They have different content they make that will definitely encourage those little girls that want to grow up in a content creator space or the computer engineering space, whatever it may be. So I think it'll be really, really nice to bring awareness to that in the streaming community, because they recently added Black Girls Code, I think last June, to Tiltify. Thank you, Tiltify.
Thank
So I
you,
was like,
Black Girls
oh,
Code. I mean,
yes,
I think that's
yes.
the conversation that you see, because our community loves fundraising.
Mm-hmm.
The ask that we see on daily is like, you guys got to add so and so to the platform. It's like,
Yep.
we would love to do that, but legally we cannot just add them.
Yeah.
And
Got to talk to him.
they got to have that buy-in. They have to
Mm-hmm.
see, and it usually helps if a community member says,
Mm.
hey, we think you should use this tool for fundraising, and here's why. Insert
Yep.
all the amazing things you just said.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll see like, oh, we're building communities that will have like a longevity of giving. And
Yes.
it's often more than just than just like that one-time donation. You're building like philanthropic behavior through your
Yes.
community, and
Exactly.
that inspires me. That makes my job easier, and it makes it easier to go like, oh, you have some fantastic best practices. You are an amazing example of someone who's just doing it correctly. You just have some really good instincts when it comes to creating a space for giving. So thank you for that. I mean, from us
Thank
to you,
you. I'm
we
emotional. I can't do this right now.
I know it's at the end of the day. You just want to eat
I
your
know.
corn. No, that's really exciting. But no, we want to. I mean, and those sorts of things we obviously want to hear about. So be sure you tag us. I know that you do a good job at that, so that we can elevate that. But that's exciting. What is so we just released the new dashboard, so it is a bit different. So if
Yes.
you're used to it before, it is different. If you're coming into Tiltify for the first time, you're going to really feel comfortable. You're going to have a little bit of a learning curve
Mm-hmm.
if you've been using it for a while, but everything is in a place that makes maybe a little bit more sense once you kind of understand the flow. That said, what is a tool that Tiltify doesn't have yet, but you're like, man, if only I could do this, and I think that it's something that the platform can satisfy.
Oh, wow. And while I'm doing these fundraisers, I know I think about different things that we can have on Tiltify. Right now, I'm kind of blanking. I I
Get it?
really think it relates to alerts.
Mm-hmm.
Something. I think if we could have, it's really probably not that big of a deal to others, but if I could maybe add a, oh no, am I, wait, hold on. I think I'm circling back.
Is it coming?
Okay,
Is it?
if we can add a different, or add a way to have like a custom donation bar, maybe that would be through alert platforms. I'm not sure if that would be through alert platforms or Tiltify, but I think it would be cool.
Yeah, no. So
Instead of
there's
just the typical, the 1.0, the 2.0. I think if we could just have, if we had an artist create a custom creator, I'm sorry, charity donation bar, because I would have different ones for each charity. I would have it
sure.
really themed and on brand for the organization. I think that would be cool. But I
Yeah.
think that might be through the alert peeps, not Tiltify.
Well,
That's really
just
mainly what it is. I think Tiltify has everything right on a dot. I think maybe if we had more incentive ideas, but what I
like
mean by
a
that,
yeah, no, but like a place where you're like, I've run through all of my reward or poll ideas. Give me some more.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I think that makes sense.
we've been trying to do that. Been trying to feature kind of like some of the top ones on our
Mm-hmm.
blog for the last several months. So we'll continue to do
Okay.
that. So we have like a place for you to go and check out and see what some of your fellow
Yeah.
content creators are doing. I love the
Yeah. And
idea
then,
about the alerts. It's definitely something we've seen, or more
yeah,
custom
I think it would
overlays.
be really cute. Because I like cute alerts and overlays, and if I can just have my artist create a custom one for each fundraiser, I will do that because I think it would be really nice. Um, Tiltify has had the same little donation bars, which is nothing wrong with it. It would be nice to jazz it up a little bit.
Yeah, to have to get a
'Cause-
refresh on it. No,
yeah,
that's good.
because
That's great feedback.
with my streaming for 4 years now, holy cow, um people really like things that really flash their eyes on stream. Anything that catches their attention, they're like, "Ooh, what's that?" So I've been using the 2.0 overlay and
Okay.
kind of tweaking that around my stream. I don't really use a 1.0 anymore, but yeah, I try to jazz it out with other images so it stands out. But yeah, if we could do like a custom one, if we could invert that some way, that would be awesome.
That's
And I just want to say I really like the polls. Um I really I want to say I would like something added because we have what? We have polls, we have normal incentives, and then we have targets. So if we can have something additional I don't know what would be additional right
Sure.
now,
Well,
but if
well,
we can
what
add
you're
something in there,
Yeah,
that'd
what
be
you're
awesome.
inspiring me to do is to say, well, great, I want to get all sorts of different content creators to have this conversation on a regular
Mm-hmm.
basis, so that whenever we do go back to the dev team, and we say these are the things, what's possible, what makes the most business sense. So this
Yes.
is a good springboard for other conversations.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no incentives, like, right. And I think that part of it, like, is like knowing how to use those tools, right? That's something
Mm-hmm.
that they exist. Those people who use them typically use them really well. But a lot
Mm.
of people are like, I feel overwhelmed. I don't even know how to really maybe do a live stream, much less integrate some of these other pieces. So
Yeah.
part of my
Mm-hmm.
job is to find resources and to find other people in the community who are already doing it well and kind of elevate them.
Yeah. I
Kind
do
of one of the
plan on,
reasons why we're talking today.
yes. And I do plan on making a couple YouTube videos about incentives specifically.
Oh, that'd be
Um,
awesome. I can't
because
wait.
I know a lot of people, they're like, oh, someone else is doing that incentive. Oh, someone else is doing that, but you're not doing it yet.
Right.
You
And
don't know your impact with that same incentive. And I'm not,
your
and a lot of
community,
people, yeah, like if
want
it's
you to do it. Yeah.
exactly. Everyone can do bean boozles. I promise your community wants you to eat nasty jelly beans. I promise they do.
100%. Yes.
Promise. $5 incentive for a nasty jelly bean. Do it.
Do
Do
it.
it.
It's just
If
your
you want to
stomach.
dye your hair, do it. Yeah. Just I recommend that you do not eat a full tablespoon of hot sauce like I did in 2017.
Oh no, 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 no,
Okay? Let's
no.
not do that. Okay? No
Terrible.
self-harm for a charity. Don't do it.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I don't want to see that bubbling up in a Reddit somewhere that
Yes.
someone got hurt on a Tiltify stream because
Exactly.
it was a bad advice.
That was
Well,
almost me. But yeah. I was just
uh,
on BRB on my stream for about an hour, sitting at the toilet. Like, am I going to throw this up
oh
or is it going to
no.
come out another way? Yep. It was worth it. It was worth it.
Oh my gosh.
But nope, don't do that.
Don't do that. That's the repercussion, right? That's the repercussion. Well, this has been awesome. I really do appreciate your time.
Of course.
And you have a lot going on. I'm excited to see what happens with Black Girls Code and the Among Us stream. Keep an eye out for that. But anything
Thank
else you
you.
have, obviously, like anybody who's a content creator, hit us up on social media. You know, we see that, we see the stuff we're doing, and we want to elevate and at least recognize when things are where things have gone well, or if you need help, if you need answers to questions.
Yes.
We're happy to be a part of that as
I
well.
definitely am happy to be a part of that too.
Awesome.
100%.
Well, great. Well, you have a great night.